Good afternoon, esteemed guests, speakers, and participants from Bangladesh and around the world. A very warm welcome to the Bangladesh Country Convention of World Business Angel Investors Week 2025. My name is A.S.M. Adnan Rahman, and I am the moderator for today. And it is my distinct honor to be here with all of you. So Professor Mamun asked about the agenda today. We were 2 minutes late to start the event today. It's now 3:34, and by the end it should be around 4:40, and inshallah we'll be done with everything. So what is World Business Angels Investment Forum? We're gathered here as a part of a global movement under the umbrella of World Business Angels Investment Forum, WBAF. It is an affiliated member of the partner of the G20 for financial inclusion. Our purpose today is to explore the vibrant future of our nation's startup ecosystem. To officially commence our proceedings, it is my great pleasure to introduce our host and driving force behind this event. Please join me in welcoming the WBAF country chair for Bangladesh and chairman and CEO of Rahman Group of Companies Limited, A.S.M. Zillur Rahman. A little bit about him before we start. He's also a former director of Dhaka Chamber of Commerce. He is the president or the founder of Bangladesh Qatar Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He's also the president for WASMI, which is World Association for Small and Medium Enterprises. He's also the president for Bangladesh Bamboo Association. And well, give the floor to him for opening or proceeding with this event.
Thank you. Okay, everybody audible? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Adnan Rahman. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon.
Wa alaikum assalam.
It will be better if please everybody mute your site, and it will be better to hear for everybody.
Let us all mute so that we can hear him do his opening remarks. Please, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this our World Business Angels Investors Forum. Now, just today we are here for our this Investors Week program. Every year, like this program, we held not only in one country, it is about the 132 countries, these members. So, and our chairman, Mr. Baibars Altuntas, and already he has the speech about our today's program. And after this speech just a while, and we'll get his speech from Mr. Adnan Rahman. Please, you will provide it in our site. So now, about our WBAF Investment Forum, our this year agenda, our entrepreneurship without borders, advancing partnerships for a sustainable future. This is one very powerful theme that escapulates the evolving landscape of global business and its crucial role in addressing the world's most pressing challenges. It highlights how entrepreneurial spirit, when unfettered by geographical, cultural, or ideological boundaries, can foster collaborations that drive sustainable development. I will give here some breakdown step by step, like entrepreneurship without borders. What is it? How it can be globally reached? The digital age and globalization have made it easier for entrepreneurs to operate and sell products or services across national borders. These businesses are no longer confined by their local markets. There are a lot of barriers for the entrepreneurs. And how can we overcome these barriers? It acknowledged the challenge of international expansion, like cultural differences, regulations, logistics, talent management, but emphasizes strategies and best practices to overcome them. Partnership can address systemic barriers that hinder sustainable development, leading to a scaled impact for greater than individual initiatives could achieve. There need to be collaboration, and this is one of the key as per our this agenda. No single entity can solve complex global challenges alone. Partnerships are essential, bringing together governments, businesses, from startups to large corporations, civil society organizations, and local communities. Successful cross-border partnerships for sustainability require a common understanding of goals, mutual respect for diverse perspectives, and commitment to equitable outcomes. There also need technology transfer. How can it be? Partnerships facilitate the exchange of knowledge, technologies, and best practices, promoting sustainable solutions on a global scale. This includes south to south and south to north innovation, not just the traditional north to north. I will say there is global too many challenges. This theme directly links entrepreneurial activity and cross-border collaboration to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, as we say SDGs. Entrepreneurs are crucial in identifying opportunities and fostering innovations that address issues like climate change, poverty, inequality, and resource scarcity. Sustainable entrepreneurship focuses on creating business models that only generate profit, but also deliver positive social and environmental impact. This includes eco-friendly innovations, sustainable resource management, and solutions for resilient communities. There are a lot of challenges and also have the opportunities. While there is potential is immense, there are must-have challenges. Culture and communication gaps, bridging diverse cultural norms and language barriers is crucial. Trust and governance, building trust and establishing effective governance mechanism are vital for successful partnership. Without this mechanism, this partnership cannot be succeed. Financial and resource constraints, securing funding and aligning resource allocation across different entities can be complex. The entrepreneurs, they have to create new market. Without the creation of new market, it also cannot be succeeded. Sustainable solutions often open up entirely new markets and consumer segments. Enhance reputation and brand value, also one of the very much required component as per our theme. Companies committed to sustainability gain a competitive advantage and improve public image. Attracting and retaining talent, one of the another mostly required point. This a focus on purpose attracts socially conscious employees. Another one we have to say cost savings and efficiency. Sustainable practices can lead to reduced waste, lower energy consumption, and increased operational efficiency. Systemic innovation also one of the most required components as per our these themes today. The cross-border partnerships can drive transformation innovations that address root causes of unsustainability. In essence, entrepreneurship without borders, advancing partnership for a sustainable future is a call to action. It emphasizes that by breaking down barriers and fostering many meaningful collaborations, entrepreneurs can unlock their full potential to create a more prosperous, equitable, and sustainable world for all. Today, I will welcome all these speakers, dignitaries, speakers, the panelists, especially our keynote speaker, as well as also the moderator. We will hear from our speakers about what this year country chair program. This is, I hope, we will get very important and most latest some information outcome from our this today's meeting. Thank you very much, Mr. Adnan. Go ahead for our next program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Rahman, for setting such a powerful tone for our convention. I will now share the screen once again, and after which we will play our recorded message from the president, the global president of WBAF. Please wait and listen to what he has to say. It is approximately 5 minutes, after which we will proceed to our keynote speaker, Professor Mamun. Someone just please confirm to me that the screen is being shared properly.
Yeah.
Could anyone just tell me, please, if the screen is being shared?
Yeah, the screen is shared. Yes.
All right. So let us play the video then now. Thank you. Let's mute ourselves too.
We cannot listen the audio.
You're not
audible at all.
That is a problem, and it's a common problem with Zoom. I'll manually play the video then, if that's all right. Can you see?
Dear President,
is it okay now?
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay, beautiful. That is a common problem with Zoom if you try to play through a presentation. I hope you can listen to that properly. Thank you.
Prime Ministers, Ministers, country chairs and co-chairs, and dear participants. In an increasingly interconnected world, entrepreneurship has transcended national boundaries to become a global force for innovation, job creation, and sustainable development. The theme of this year's World Business Angel Investors Week, Entrepreneurship Without Borders, Advancing Partnerships for a Sustainable Future, reflects our belief that cross-border collaboration, shared knowledge, and global partnerships are essential to unlocking the full potential of the startup economy. World Business Angel Investors Week 2025, globally coordinated by the World Business Angels Investment Forum, WBAF, an affiliated partner of the G20 Global Partnership for Financial Inclusion, offers a unique platform to connect entrepreneurs, investors, policymakers, and thought leaders across borders and industries. It is a week dedicated to exploring how smart finance and inclusive partnerships can power sustainable growth in both developed and developing economies. The remarkable success of the World Business Angel Investors Week 2024 has inspired us all. Celebrated in 138 countries across 5 continents and 2 regions, the week united over 200,000 participants globally. With around 300 keynote speakers, 740 distinguished panelists, and the addresses of 4 presidents, 2 prime ministers, and 32 ministers, it became one of the most influential gatherings of the global startup ecosystem. I extend my gratitude to every stakeholder who contributed to these outstanding achievements. Entrepreneurship is no longer confined by geography. In today's digital age, a startup in one corner of the globe can scale internationally with the right support, funding, and guidance. However, to achieve this, we must eliminate the barriers that hinder cross-border entrepreneurship. That means ensuring equitable access to finance, fostering regulatory cooperation, and promoting inclusive policies that support entrepreneurs regardless of their location, gender, and background. World Business Angel Investors Week 2025 aims to advance global partnerships that can catalyze innovation and sustainable growth. Through roundtables, workshops, and networking forums, stakeholders will explore how early-stage equity markets can drive green innovation, social impact, and economic empowerment. The WBAF believes that sustainable economic development requires not just capital, but smart capital, investment that brings with it mentorship, networks, and strategic partnerships. By fostering entrepreneurship without borders, we are taking a stand for a world where every entrepreneur, regardless of nationality, has the opportunity to thrive and contribute to a better future. Throughout this special week, we invite angel investors, venture capitalists, policymakers, educators, and entrepreneurs to reflect on the role they can play in building a sustainable, inclusive, and globally integrated startup ecosystem. Let's harness our collective wisdom and resources to empower entrepreneurs as agents of positive change in the global economy. As we move forward, I'm confident that collaboration across borders, sectors, and cultures will unlock new opportunities for entrepreneurs and investors alike. Together, we can shape a sustainable future powered by innovation, driven by partnerships, and anchored in entrepreneurship without borders. I extend my sincere thanks to the organizing committee, our country chairs and co-chairs, global partners, and all speakers and participants for their invaluable contributions. Your efforts not only enrich this week, but help forge a brighter future for generations to come. Let's hug this journey together, united in purpose, global in outlook, and bold in vision. Thank you.
Well, that was quick, beautiful, powerful, and inspiring message from our global chair. Now we move to our keynote speeches, where we will dive deeper into our core themes. Unfortunately for today, we were supposed to have Abir Muzumdar, an accomplished entrepreneur and founder of A.S.M Square Limited. However, he did mention that he has a meeting, and for any reason, he is probably not able to join today. Also, we are missing Mr. Rezaul Hussain, a retired senior level bureaucrat with over 34 years in public service, including at the Ministry of Commerce. However, we're missing these two esteemed guests. Not a problem at all. We will now move on to our keynote speeches with Professor Mamun. Let me give a short introduction of Professor Mamun. Our next speaker is, of course, Professor Khondaker Abdullah Al Mamun, a distinguished academician, scientist, and innovator with over 22 years of experience. As a professor of artificial intelligence at United International University, he is the founder of Advanced Intelligent Multidisciplinary Systems Lab, also abbreviated as AIMS Lab, and has pioneered numerous award-winning AI applications in healthcare and digital inclusion. I hope I was not too off with my introduction. Professor Mamun, if I was wrong, please correct me, and please proceed to deliver or present your speech. Thank you very much.
Can you accept me to share the screen, please?
For sure, I did set the permission and I will allow it now.
First of all, thank you so much to the organizing committee to actually giving me the opportunity to actually give the keynote on the innovation. And I hope this kind of interaction and delivery will help everyone to understand and helping to build the innovation ecosystems. Is I'm audible and my screen is visible?
Yes, you are very much audible and your screen is visible. Thank you. Please continue.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the moderator for giving me a very nice introduction on me. So today in next 10 minutes, we're going to talk about the building innovation ecosystems and why it is necessary in the era of artificial intelligence. So we are living in the artificial intelligence era, and we have to embrace this future of artificial intelligence. And AI is something that is impacting every sector and your everyday life. And it's a kind of exponential growth of AI that can transform our lives, our work, and our living. So if we actually, if anyone don't understand the AI is something that as a mathematical model or a machine that can be trained like a human, that can act like a human, and we are able to predict many future things, many precise decisions using AI. We all the people use AI our everyday life, from voice assistant to automatic driverless car, that transforming our lives. So let me give you a history of AI. If somebody think that AI started just few years ago, that's wrong. AI started 70 years ago. However, the first boom of AI in 60s, second boom of AI around 90s, and due to the growth of the mathematical transformation, AI struggled. However, the third boom of AI from 2000, it actually growing exponentially. And the picture here is called Jeffrey Hinton. And I'm very lucky that he was my ex-colleague while I was a scientist in University of Toronto. And he is the pioneer to this exponential growth. And last year, he got the Nobel Prize in physics for the movement of AI. So AI is something that transforming the lives from your robotics, augmented reality, genomics, renewable energy to everywhere. AI is a core of every transformation. So, and if I want to tell you that what is the main foundation of AI, there is a three component of AI. One is a data, one is a model, one is a compute. So data is like we human need to get the exposure every day. We are capturing the data with the sensors, and our brain have a neural model that gets it and getting experience. That's lead to the model of mathematical model or AI model. So we have a natural neural process that compute many things automatically, naturally, and which can be replaced through machines called processor. So these three, data, model, and compute, combinedly transform the whole world that we are living now. So now, where we are. So in a developing world like Bangladesh or many LMIC countries, this we have to question ourselves. Do we want to be a user of the AI or creator of the AI? Be an AI consumer only or a global AI inventor? Or use the model that is building in the north, or in the south we will create our own model. And also we are in the south, we will depends on the technology developed in the north, or we can also develop our own technology to solving our own problems. So that's why I wrote an articles during January in Delhi Star and Pathomalo that showing that country like Bangladesh, AI could be the next export sector, which is bigger than the garments. Now the question is, if we are living in a developing world, if we are not acting on AI innovation, we will be colonized like before. So this is our call to make the decisions. Let me share with you, I am working with the global landscape on AI movement and working with many countries collaboratively to use the AI for global transformation, to transform the South like a North. So this is one of my articles that's funded by the Gates Foundation. And also we are transforming that how AI can actually redefine the healthcare. So, and all of these things actually giving us the opportunity, how can we build innovation ecosystem in every country? Let me share with you, how can you do that? Let me share my experience, what I am thinking. So AI is an enabler. using AI, we can innovate, bring efficiency, and reduce corruption and increase the productivity. So let me share my journey last 10 years in the innovation ecosystems. So I always call it that every university, they have to grow. The industry and academia need to work together side by side. And role of the government to empower and facilitate both industry and academia to solving societal problem, industry problem, and make better economy. So if we think about the fourth industrial revolution, what it means to me and many scientists, many innovators like me, it's a 4 words. It's a research, innovation, incubation, and commercialization. What it means? That means every day we face problems. When we face problems, we can generate ideas. That idea need to be researched and innovation can come. And based on the innovation, we can incubate many solutions to develop a product or service, which is called commercializations. And that lead the many developing countries to transform their country as a labor economy to knowledge economy. That means you need to invest some amount for research and add your creativity, and that can multiply. It could be 10 times, 100 times multiply your investment into an innovation, and that lead to a knowledge economy. That actually how Silicon Valley was developed. So what is the role of university and industry? University role is to find the problems and develop the solutions as a prototype. Industry role is to take the prototype and make it a product and service. This is how industry academia works, and government need to facilitate both of them. However, in many developing countries, our university is mainly working to produce graduates with certificates. On the other hand, our industry need graduate with skills. So there is a huge gap between industry and academia. Therefore, university has to react and understand the need of the industry and prove them that we are capable to serve the industry, so that industry can get confidence and come to the university. Remember, university has to be proactive. Industry will never come to the university until university prove themselves they are capable to serving the industry and the other stakeholders. So I will share with you what is my journey that happened 10 years ago. And I started that concept in Bangladesh with 3 volunteer students. You can see here, with 10 years of time, we actually generated more than $2 million of grants and funding and increased our capacity from 3 to 30. AI engineers working to solve many problems in Bangladesh. And this is the first of its kind solution and lab-centric R&D in Bangladesh, which is called A.S.M Lab in 2015. And then we also build Bangladesh first brain computer interface lab. If someone you don't know about the brain computer interface lab, you might heard about the Neuralink, that how your brain can control your environment. We are doing that. And also, our university in developing world should be an innovation and knowledge creation center, not a graduate production factory. So that's why every university have a library. So in that context, every university should have an innovation center. It's like a synonym of a library. So we built Bangladesh first university level innovation center at United International University. And we also created a launchpad, which is a program create the entrepreneurs. Like someone have an idea, they can join there, they can get the facility of research, innovation, patenting, incubation, and commercialization, and seed investment. And university should be like that. And we created it as a launchpad. And together, we made an institute. It's called Institute of Research, Innovation, Incubation, and Commercialization, where we call it a journey from idea to commercialization. Every university should be like that in the developing country, especially global south. So what we do here, we use technologies like AI, data science, brain computer interface, robotics, automation, augmented reality, and virtual reality. We using these technology to solve problems in healthcare, education, skill development, energy and industry and business sector, agriculture and climate sectors. Let me share 3 examples of our innovations that we did last 10 years and that already in a commercialized here. So what we've seen that healthcare is the biggest problem in the global south. We try to look into that. What is the problems? Why the healthcare is not improving like healthcare in Europe? What are the problems? And then we recognize the problem very granular level. What are the best practice? What are the success? What are the struggle? What are the challenges? Then we developed intelligent general practitioner model and AI powered community health worker driven patient-centered model to reimagine in the primary healthcare delivery in Bangladesh and other LMIC countries. And the model is mainly centered three things: patient-centered care, technology-driven care, and the quality. We are not stopped there. You all heard about the chat GPT. Why not we can build a medical GPT? And you will be happy to know that with the funding from the Gates Foundation, we built Bangladesh first Bangla and English medical GPT, which can answer your any queries and do the triage to guide you to get the healthcare. We developed the first version. We are developing the next version now. Let me give you a small video about our mission on healthcare.
Bangladesh is a country full of people with potentials, but for this vast population, ensuring proper and timely healthcare is difficult. Technology can be the solution to make healthcare affordable to all. With IoT-enabled devices and AI app, CMED Health and its Shushasu platform can diagnose various healthcare issues such as non-communicable diseases or the health risk of pregnant mothers. Meanwhile, doctors can refer patients to specialists, clinics, and labs by viewing health information online if needed, so that various diseases can be treated at the right time. Such integration of AI and IoT devices and digital healthcare facilitates better medical management in the country, reduces crowd in hospitals, and ensures quality, equitable healthcare. The solution is changing the life of many in urban as well as rural areas, in homes and in workplaces. To make universal health coverage possible, the more hands join for this noble cause, the better. Be a partner in this journey, ensure wellness for all.
So this is one of the example in Bangladesh that university research got patented and commercialized and impacted 4 million plus lives in rural, urban, and also trained the health workers and got the 99% satisfaction rate. Let me give you another examples. We have a receptionist in many offices, but does our receptionist can serve the holistic need of the clients? So we are using a technology from face recognition, automatic speech to text, and text to speech, and the knowledge engine. Together, we build Bangladesh first AI-based receptionist service, which is commercializing this year. And we want to get the experience that Bangladesh or many LMIC countries have the talent to utilize the AI to build the solution, and that can solve the local problem and export for the other countries. And we also build Bangladesh first brain computer interface based solution is called neuromarketing. So what is we do? We actually use brain computer interface like reading your brain signals and use the eye tracker to build how an advertisement can assess for better engagement and better outcome for the brand. And let me show you the solution and its stays.
In a world where understanding consumer behavior is paramount, one groundbreaking solution, Mindwave Analytics, will lead the charge. Its key innovation is a revolutionary blend of neuroscience and marketing. It utilizes BCI and eye tracking to overcome the limitation of current traditional marketing research methods to capture the portion of $1.5 billion neuromarketing industry, the fastest growing market of Asia Pacific. By decoding the subconscious reactions of consumers using custom state-of-the-art AI algorithms, Mindwave provides unparalleled insights into emotional measures. Our business model includes neuro-commercial projects and subscription-based revenue models. Currently, the solution is in its commercialization phase, where we've successfully showcased our demo to top marketing leaders of 10+ industry-leading companies. Join us in the journey of becoming the first neuro-marketing company in Bangladesh. In a world where...
So this is another solution. So think about it. We often call many countries, there's a lot of graduates are not in getting the job, but we have to go inside of it, that why people are getting graduate, not getting the job. And through our research, we identified we actually not able to tap the passion of every graduates. We are forcing them to study medicine, to study engineering, or to study business. We never try to explore what is their inner potentials, what is their passions. So therefore, we are developing an AI-powered personalized career pathway recommender system based on cognitive assessment, personality trait assessment, and psychometric assessment. And we hope that after building such kind of solution, we can guide our students and graduates to find their right passion and develop their skills and be successful in their career. So we are doing such kind of solutions in Bangladesh. And what is the mission I'm driving? So to solve 10 problems of this country and helping 100 universities or organizations to build their own innovation center. Think about it. If we can solve 10 problems in every innovation center in next 5 to 10 years, we are able to solve more than 1,000 problems. If 10% of the solution gets success, think about it, everyone could be $1 billion companies, enterprises. So in that way, we can build a $100 billion economy for many countries like Bangladesh. And together, we can impact billions of lives. And I'm grateful to the people who helped me to grow these positions. And I believe one thing that Einstein said, he who can see invisible can do impossible. So we people living in a developed South, we must understand that, utilize it, and make developing world much better place for billions of people living in this part. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Professor Mamun, for that fascinating look into the future of technology. A really true intellectual and a visionary. You did justice to the role of a keynote speaker with this amazing presentation, especially considering how much of a short notice you got. So this was beautifully done. And you did mention a lot of very important points. You mentioned Shushasto AI, which is very important. You mentioned IRIC, which is a research institute, I believe, and incubation. And it's a lot, the general audience of Bangladesh need to know this, because these are what builds you, I believe, this is my opinion, is what pushes you from, so to speak, Bangladesh to Canada or Europe. This is the economy, the mindset. The mindset needs to evolve, right? You mentioned Mindwave and Launchpad at UIU. These are fascinating platforms. So thank you again, Professor Mamun. We would love to hear your insights during the open discussion panel, which we are going to move on to next. This is our professor, and with that, it's open discussion panel. In this open discussion forum, our distinguished guests from various fields will explore the current landscape of angel investments and in Bangladesh and how they can transform the country's entrepreneurial ecosystem. The panel will focus on three pillar essentials for building a thriving startup environment innovation, which Dr. Mamun spoke about a lot. Then we have inclusion and investment. But before that, I would like to introduce our panel speakers, all of them. So I am thrilled to be joined by a panel of true experts. Let me briefly introduce them. First and foremost, we have met A.S.M. Zillur Rahman, who is the country chair of Bangladesh for WBAF. And we have already met Professor Khondaker Abdullah Al Mamun. Abir Muzumdar, he is not present at this time, unfortunately. However, I hope he joins. If not, then he can at least see the recording, inshallah. After that, one by one, we will go through Mizanur Rahman, an expert with 2 decades of experience in banking and IT. in both the USA and Bangladesh. Redwan Hussain, a retired senior level bureaucrat with over 34 years experience in the public service, including at the Ministry of Commerce. However, we are missing him today, unfortunately. Moving on, we have A.S.M. Rezaul Karim, a seasoned global executive and technology strategist with leadership experience in over 35 countries. And then we have Rifat Mahmood, the CEO of Oblique Professionals Limited, with 24 years of diverse experience in international business development and fostering. So once again, we're back at the open discussion panel, and I will give you some questions which you can build on. And remember, this is an open discussion panel, so everyone is invited to give their insights. I invite myself too, so I will casually be joining to give my 2 cents sometimes. First question, how can we ensure that young entrepreneurs from all parts of Bangladesh, not just the big cities like Dhaka or let's say Chittagong, Khulna, receive fair chances for funding and support? So I've turned on the screen share. Is there anyone who'd like to answer that first, and then we can build on that, or should I randomly assign this? Because all of you are experts in your industry and very, very much more than capable to speak on the questions that I have. So is there anyone who'd like to speak on this to begin with?
Okay, before this, Mr. Adnan, let us hear something from our speakers if they have something to say, if they have something to incite here as a speaker. So from Mr. Rezaul Karim, from Mizanur Rahman, from Mr. Rifat, maybe they have something to say first. If they like to present, please, you are welcome. I think it is better. Then maybe we can go to as you given the question answer and as a panelist.
That planned for after the question segment, but if that is what you all want, definitely not a problem at all. Is there anyone who'd like to open a new discussion? Anyone here?
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to say words. Adnan,
we have
can you hear
Mizanur
me?
Rahman. We also had Mr. Rezaul Karim. So yes, whoever wants to speak, go ahead, please. Mr. Mizanur Rahman, please go ahead.
Yes, I would like to share some thoughts, especially after Professor Mamun's speech, which is brilliantly done. Now, from a banking perspective, and also I handled some investment decks of Citibank NA. My current analysis for Bangladesh economy and for the entrepreneurs, I think the biggest challenge is the higher interest rate that's currently prevailing in our country. For an investor to invest with the money from banks at an interest rate of 14 or 15%, it's very tough to sustain. If you talk about sustainable business, it's really tough to go by with such kind of high interest rate. Now I understand from a pure economic view, inflation is a major challenge for our country. And the economists who are running our central banks and also the finance department are currently maybe too much focused on the inflation pressure. But kind of like to control the inflation, if you raise the interest rate, I would say it's kind of equivalent to minimize the blood pressure of a patient. You kind of drain him the blood from his body. So that's what's happening in Bangladesh economy now. With this very high interest rate, very few entrepreneurs are taking the risks of creating new industries. And that's why we're kind of having a stagflation situation in Bangladesh. And really, from a policy perspective,
Mr. Mizanur Rahman, you got stuck there for a minute. We cannot hear you.
entrepreneur from a rural area or from a
Mr.
disadvantaged
Mizanur
background
Rahman,
can
sorry for the interruption. I think there was an issue with your network and you got stuck there for about 20 seconds.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You could just backtrack a little bit on what we missed. And there you go again. However, meanwhile, I'd like to inform that Mr. Rifat Mahmoud was here, but he wrote in our WBAF WhatsApp group that his internet connection is very weak. So we will miss him, and if he can join again, he would join again. Mr. Mizanur Rahman, you were back. Would you like to continue? But you're muted.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay. So on the question that you have placed, how a person from rural background or disadvantaged background can access, let's say, capital market to start his business. For that, in Bangladesh, we have also the formal sector of banking, and also some informal sector as well. But definitely there is a big need for angel investors in Bangladesh, and the thing you have arranging this kind of meeting, definitely it will bring some innovative ideas how angel investors can be connected with the entrepreneurs in Bangladesh.
Yes,
So thank you. That would be all.
Yes, that is the point for today. So World Business Angels Forum is actually, it's in the name, it's an angel investment forum, which helps to create jobs and bring in fundings and realize or execute ideas into reality. So we'd like to stick to that point. And is there anyone, Mr. A.S.M. Rezaul Karim, you wanted to speak in the beginning. So would you want to continue? And Mr. Mizanur Rahman will, let's hear from Mr. Rezaul Karim, and then we'll get back to you with the entire discussion to answer your question, if there's anyone in the panel.
Thank you, Mr. Adnan. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, please.
Okay. I must thank Zillur Bhai, also Professor Mamun, and Mizanur Rahman Sahib, because all these things are connected. Since I am also having similar background of Professor Mamun, because I am an earlier AI guy. I did my education in late 80s. And even at that time, we got the opportunity to work with AI and artificial intelligence and robotics. But since I'm also working in this industry for a long time, I do understand that for angels, this is a good place to work with. As long as the presentation is concerned, there is a lot of area where there is room for investment, but there is a lot of challenges. First of all, the new generation is quite different than the older ones that we belongs to. This generation is like they have the idea, but they are lacking. It's not their fault. It is us or somebody should create the incubation process. For example, this AI development idea that Professor Mamun shared, these are fantastic. Believe me, this can be winning thing all over the world. But if it comes from professors, if it comes from the universities, that is one thing. The other thing is if it comes from the young chaps, the new creative startup idea owning guys. If it comes from them, the challenges we face, because fortunately I've got the opportunity to be in different startup judgment kind of activities. There I have seen that the problem is the new generation, the new startup companies, they don't have the total idea of business. For example, Mizan Bhai just saying that investment rate is high, this and that. But these kids of today, they don't know even up to that level, because they know the idea. Maybe they have studied up to a certain extent that this is what is going to happen, but they don't know how to plot the proper business plan, how to put the proper plan for HR, how to put the proper plan for advertisement and marketing, how to put the proper plan for accounting and financing. So this kind of thing is missing. As investors, we should ask the global investors to help us building that kind of facilities. It's not only, this is my idea, okay? Not only to invest in companies, startup companies, because we have seen a lot of startup came up in Bangladesh in the last few years, but none of them passed through the global check. None of them are like apart from Pathao, none of them went outside Bangladesh, as far as I know, because I used to be working on this area. Now, these new ideas, AI, this is fantastic, but do we need to be creator of AI, or we need to be moderator or user of AI to be aligned with the business? This is something we need to be clear about. For example, as Mr. Mamun is showing, using AI, we are solving the healthcare problem. So are we really generating new AI, or we are using AI for creating that business model? So as a business person, we need to find out whether this business is viable or not, this will put an impact in the society or not, it will create a lot of empowerment, employment, and it will create some goodies to the organizations for business benefit. In this respect, we need to be sure about from the experts like Professor Mamun, that this kind of places where we want to invest, where we want to collect investment, will this be always innovative in a sense that we need to create the core technology innovation or business model innovation, and how we can make it as a profitable business? So 2 points I said. One is the business itself, should it be AI we will develop, or we will use AI integrated business? And the second thing is that what I said, that we need to have the, how you call this thing, incubation process. Without that, we cannot do the thing. So for Mizan Bhai, I have a question that this problem of not having the access of village rural entrepreneurs and others to get the financial benefit from the bank at this point, it is not yet there, right? How we can have that thing also connected, not only angel investor. You know, when we invest, we have a lot of questions. We invest hundreds, only one comes up at the end of the day. Sometimes nothing comes up at the end of the day. This is the true scenario of today's startup. But we need to have some kind of support from bank, some kind of support from those innovators, not the startup guys only, but also people like Mamun Bhai and Professor Mamun and others, who will give us a collaborative support that, yes, you can invest now, it will come up with something. Okay, 1 out of 10 is fine, but that kind of thing should be there. So I'm very happy that you guys are organizing this kind of thing. And thank you for inviting me in this meeting also. Yeah, these are the points I wanted to share.
Before the panel takes your question, I'd like to briefly introduce Mr. Rezaul Karim, because he is really related to what Professor Mamun spoke about. He's not just a technology strategist, he's a leader who has driven major transformation for global brands like Bata in some of the world's most dynamic markets, as far as I know, or my research showed. His insights on how to scale a business from a local idea to a global reality are invaluable to our conversation today, which he has proven with the piece that he just spoke. So he posed a question, Mr. Rezaul Karim posed a question to Mr. Mizanur Rahman at the end, that Mr. Mizanur Rahman mentioned the banks are not facilitating, the interest rates are really not helping with the startup building culture, and especially out of the urban cities. So how to solve that? He also reciprocated quite a lot with Professor Mamun. If Professor Mamun wants to reciprocate also, please go ahead, feel free. Whoever wants to take the floor, it's open.
Just I would like to echo with Mr. Rezaul Karim that this is very important. Like every country in the South or developing country, they are struggling to their reserve, dollar reserve, right? So every time many developing countries are struggling with that. Why the dollar reserve is struggling things? Because most of the country, they are depends on the foreign technology. Foreign technology, nothing is come free. It comes with the exporting dollar, importing technology. However, how can gradually over time you can build your own capacity to build your own technology? I just echoing with Rezaul Karim that you don't need to build everything on your own. How can you solving your problems with there is a many open source technology is available around the world. Rather, you actually importing the complete solution, you build some solution. And in that way, you can collaborate with other developing world, exchanging your technology from one country to another country. Maybe some country is very good in health, some country very good in agriculture, some country very good in other sector. How South-South collaborations, technology transfer, and improvement can happen. Like we always think that our mindset that all technology should be developed in North and it should become to South. I think that mindset should be changed, that we can solve our own problem. We can start with a small things, we can go for bigger things. So this is very important, and commitment of the citizens, especially our university professors, especially our industry peoples, need to believe that we have the capacity, talents, and ecosystems to solve the problems. If ecosystem is not there, nobody will build the ecosystem for us. We have to build our own ecosystem. Thank you.
Right. So Mr. Rezaul Karim posed quite a few talking points, which Mr. Professor Mamun reciprocated with. And from the gist of it is that Professor Mamun wants to be an AI technology innovator, wants Bangladesh to be AI technology innovator. However, Mr. Rezaul Karim, from what I understand, excuse me for my frankness, he wants Bangladesh to be a smart AI consumer, someone who consumes AI properly and then converts it into business models and then exports it to the world, for lack of better words. This is the gist of it from what I understood. Mr. Mizanur Rahman, Mr. Rezaul Karim, would you?
Yeah, I just want to add, look, it is not very nice to say that Bangladesh will not innovate, but if it is possible, we will do innovation. That is fine. That is fantastic. But innovation will be 10, but out of that 10, there can be 1,000 business models. So we need to have both of the things together. And I believe, yes, as you said, that we can be consumer. Consumer is not the right word, I think. I think we can be the innovator.
Converters.
Yeah, kind of. We can be the innovator. We can better use that thing. For example, you have water. You can drink, but you can make juice. You can do many things. So if people like Mr. Mamun, people like those people who are innovating outside, those things, but we'll make better use of them to make better product, because we are at the end of the day thinking of business. Business should be something that will grow, that will create a lot of people happy, delighted in terms of earning, in terms of happiness, in terms of everything. Yeah, please proceed.
Professor Mamun, would you like to reciprocate? Mr. Mizanur Rahman, you've been quiet for a long time. Would you like to?
I fully agree.
I would like to answer a question raised by Rezaul Bhai. Okay, so one of your concern was the startups in Bangladesh. They are being started but not finished. In 100 startups, maybe 1 or 2 is getting traction. He also mentioned Patao is the only one which actually been very successful as a Bangladeshi startup. Well, I see the problem here is where also AI can help a lot. I think Mr. Mamun will concur with me, because all these startups fail mostly because of let's say poor planning, poor budgetary control, maybe a poor implementation of their business plan. So in these cases, if we can incorporate the AI models, as Mr. Mamun has suggested, to keep them on track, that would be a great way forward, I think. Then maybe the success rate of startups is going to increase a lot. As for should we import technology in Bangladesh or should we manage our own business? Actually, here I think a hybrid model would be very good because let's say it's very difficult to make a AI machine like ChatGPT. They spend billions of dollars in US to make this, or any other big AI name that we know currently in market. So that's one point. Maybe like inventing another ChatGPT using $1 billion would be a completely nonsensical thinking, right? So we already have ChatGPT. But for customization of AI, maybe a little firm in the US wants a customization of their problem, whatever the problem they're facing. And we in Bangladesh, some entrepreneurs can come up with that idea. Like we will make a customized solution for this, let's say, smaller, medium-sized firm in the US or in Europe. So in that way, we can generate dollar or euro or whatever currency of that country. So that we can do. Maybe future forward for a small country like us or like a mid-level, mid-earning country like us. The better model will be a hybrid model where we customize the AI systems for let's say developed economies. So that could be one solution. So that's my take. Anyway, please go ahead. Thank you.
Well, very insightful take. And Professor Mamun, you could answer that because you did mention Susasto, which kind of tackles a lot of the talking points that Mr. Mizanur Rahman undertook. Would you like to reciprocate to that, please?
Yes, I think myself, Mr. Rezaul Karim and Mr. Rizwan, we are saying the same thing. So we are all aligned. There is a basic difference between invention and innovation. Invention means you doing something that never seen in the world. We are not in the position to do the invention because invention needs a lot of money, a lot of ecosystems. But we are talking about the innovation. Innovation means you are taking all the resources around the world, solving the problems and creating the business. End of the day, if you make things that is no business, it is not sustainable. So business should be there. So, and yeah, I agree with Mizanur Rahman. We don't need to build the ChatGPT. But what are we going to do? We'll build our own GPT, solving our own problems. And like, think about it. I say to the government of Bangladesh that, okay, every ministry have a secretary. And every secretary come for 1, 2, 3 years. And when they leave from the ministry, what they do? They have a very good experience of the institutions, decision making, and there is two places that can kept. Only the brain of the secretary who is leaving and in all the hard copy files. Why not? We can convert this all the government documentation and decision making in a GPT model, which is not a ChatGPT, which can be an institutional government decision making GPT, which can help faster decision making the policy, and 6 years of job can be done in 6 months. So this is how Bangladesh can leapfrog traditional bureaucratic system to innovative bureaucratic systems. So that kind of things need to happen. Without that, country like Bangladesh not to leapfrog in the next stage, and we will not make the real innovation, real transformation. So I totally agree. I think we three are saying the same thing in our own voice. Thank you.
Very powerful words from Professor Mamun, beautifully said. So here I have a question. This is off script. I have a question for you, Mr. Professor Mamun. Let's say we have a lot of ideas, innovative ideas, and then we have customized a lot of the technology available. Since this is an angel investment platform, how do we market? And let me rephrase the question. You have a business model, you have an idea, something that you've executed and realized. You want to globalize it. You want to take it out of the borders. What platforms would help you And what kind of support would you be looking for from the government or the educational sector or the corporate sector of Bangladesh to help you do that? Because that Mr. Rezaul Karim briefly mentioned that only Pathao went abroad and nothing else, to his knowledge, went abroad from Bangladesh. So what kind of marketing or what kind of recognition would you need for the brilliant ideas that you and other fellow Bangladeshis have?
Thank you. So two things. One is that government should act as a role of facilitator rather than controller. This is number one. So somehow in many developing countries, the government acts as a controller. But in many developed countries, government changed their position from controller to facilitator. So first of all, government job is to facilitate local solution, local innovation to the global stage. This is the government part. University's job and also youth, because university is full of youth. Youth and university job is to create innovators and transformers. They should understand the local problem. They should develop the solution, and then they look that how that this solution can be transformed for the other country. Like what problem Bangladesh facing, and Bangladesh already solved that problems. Is it similar problem facing by the other developing country? How can I customize it to for the other developing country? Like you will be happy to know that our Sushastha platform for inclusion, health inclusion for every citizen in Bangladesh, now launching in India, and next is Pakistan and going to Africa. So what we did, we are trying to understand the problem of Bangladesh and develop the solution using artificial intelligence. And then we try to make the network to understand the other country's problem. And it is already proven that who is the rich, who have the bigger network. So you have to get the culture of networking to actually create your partners, collaborators. We don't need to do the competition. We have to do the co-petition. How we can collaborate, co-create. I always tell my partners in many countries that you should not take my solution as it is to your country. No, you see my solution, you try to map my solution and your problems, then we will create or we will co-create together for the problem in your country, so that everyone will be empowered and everyone will be a contributor rather than receiver or provider. So in that culture need to happen. And another thing is our cultural support, that we all have to be supportive to each other rather fighting each other. So these are the things can transform Bangladesh or many developing country in the new height and getting more investment, more innovation, more economic growth. Thank you.
Beautifully answered. I'd like to add on to that my own question, which is how does the Bangladeshi ideas gain global traction? So I should mention that our country chair last year, the WBAF held an investment event in Bahrain last year, of which the our country chair, A.S.M. Zillur Rahman, was the jury, part of the jury, where they were doing seeding programs and investment programs. So would you like to share your experience, A.S.M. Zillur Rahman, for that event, because this will open up a lot of borders and platforms and ideas to those.
Yeah, thank you. I think it will be better if you just are sending you one, if you can share it, because just now, as you mentioned about this program of last year, WBF, the Investment Summit 2024. So this one just for you, okay.
We also have a question from Mr. Rezaul Karim. If we have planned, we'll institute like A.S.M do the tech part for us. I'll promptly get back to you after Mr. Zillur Rahman's part, if you don't mind. Thank you.
It will be better, and it will be very much appreciable if you can share it to our the participants for their to get some information about our last year program and WBAF summit. In fact,
Please, you can start sharing your experience. I'll start the sharing
yeah,
process with
it's
the
okay.
screen.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
go. Yeah, you do, and I'm also saying something about my experience, what I did in the last year. There are the different judges. I mean, the juries from different countries. It is already we mentioned, and already maybe you heard this. 132 countries are our members, and among these, mostly there was many of them was in the summit in the last year 2024 in Bahrain. Every year this summit happened in different countries, like maybe this year it will be maybe Singapore. And by the way, also, okay, these are later on coming. So about our last year program. So I also selected as the jury member for this program. There were a lot of countries. They presented their some different presentation. They pitched their presentation and who are seeking the investment. Here, just our one speaker, he mentioned about the investment. I mean, angels investment. So in fact, this World Business Angels Investment Forum, this also, from here also, we have the angel investors. And like last year, there are different entrepreneurs, different startup who was seeking for fund for investment for the new different projects. It was amazing. And among the judges, I mean, among the juries, I was also there, and I given the mark. There are the systems, that there are the different point and phase that for these issues, this point number 1, number 2, number 3 for this presentation, for the how it will be viable for the market, for the investment, for the investor, for the world, for different in different sectors, how it will be better, or how it will be acceptable. Accordingly, we have to select the participants, and among these all participants, the host country, 3 participants must, among the all 3 participants, they would be selected, and other from the among the all participants from the world, there are only 3. So this is really, so whom I given the numbers, among my all the numbers, 1 from the 3, 1 she got the first, and she is from the Bahrain. She is 15 years, one girl. Her innovation was very much fantastic. I mean, her presentation and her item. This is one agro products. Anyway, so she became first, and this is also from my one whom I given the number, the highest number among she is also one of them. Anyway, so for Bangladesh, I am also thinking to be the host. This is the benefit to become the host. From the host country, there would be 3. There, whoever, I mean, there are maybe 10, 15 participants, and there would be 3 from the host country. And from across the world, maybe there are 100 participants. From the 100%, only 3 will be selected. So it is really very much lucrative. And I also thinking that inshallah, maybe in future, first of all, we have to arrange our this as we can be succeed well, because whatever you do, if you have not the plan and you have there is the possibility not to be the remarkable something, so you should not do, I think. So accordingly, I also thinking, and already I discussed our some friends, some colleagues, some well-wishers, also some government officials, and they also told me yes, they will support. Anyway, because I am also involved in the other different organization. But about this WBAF, this is one of the, as I telling, that this is one of the very good platform for the angel investors and for the investment seekers. So this is the last year 2024, and every year, and so now I'm looking for the maybe 26, 27, 8 to be the host country for the WBAF investment summit. And at that time, maybe our honorable speakers who are present now, maybe we will be in touch, and we'll interact, and we'll have our suggestions. How can we can host it better comparatively to other countries who are organized or who would be organized. Anyway, so really it was tremendous program, and it is very good, and it is I think for the any host country to provide support the growing entrepreneurs startup of that countries. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rahman, for sharing your valuable experience. Now we move on to this. Well, I'll keep it because we've crossed our time, allocated time of 4:40 p.m. So I want to take the question that Mr. Rezaul Karim posed quite some time ago, and could you please clarify who this question is directed to? I am assuming Mr. Mamun.
Okay. This question is for Mr. Mamun, Professor Mamun, sorry. The question is, look, as we have understood that we are going to be innovative. Now, when a new project comes up, when a new innovative idea comes up, we become handicapped as far as the development is concerned. So my question here is, organizations like A.S.M and the universities, will they be able, or you as a person or as a team or as a researcher, do you think we will be able to get the development done through the universities or through organizations like A.I.M.S? And if so, who will be owning the project itself? For example, because I'm a business kind of mindset, that is the person who is talking with you now. So whenever there will be a new product development that is using GPT, that is using AI, but it is developed in the university or it is developed by a team like A.I.M.S. So how will it work? Is it possible? Is it a service? Or how the whole things, how the NDA will work at the end of the day? Please.
Thank you. I think it's a very good questions. I think there is a standard procedure of the role of university and role of the industry. So industry will come with a problem and their desire and investment. And university role was to use the intellectuals and create the model or develop the models. And the IP will be shared, that both the person or both the organization or business and university organization should be shared the IP, and there is a royalty and many modalities. So I think Bangladesh doesn't have that culture, and that culture we developed in the university. I invite you all to visit our innovation center. We are open, like what we call it, that university should act as a role of service developer, service provider to the government, to the industry. And this is where country can go from the traditional culture to like intellectual culture or knowledge economy. And without this, our country will not grow. And if you know about the history of Google actually came out from the Stanford University. It was a research of the Stanford University of Larry Page and Sergey's PhD thesis. Sun Microsystem just invested $100,000 at the first. And from there, industry's research transformed to a company during 1998. And that's where Google is $1 trillion company now. We have that culture. It's not a culture we have to invent. It's a proven culture for many countries like South Africa. Even Vietnam is doing it now. So that should be the case. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. This is the standard procedures. And I would like to add to the Zillur Rahman, our institute, our innovation center, we are happy to collaborate to make Bangladesh in the global landscape through innovation, entrepreneurship, and transformation. Thank you.
Lovely.
Beautifully answered. I hope that satisfies Mr. Rezaul Karim's question. And if last but not least, I'd like to give my 2 cents about, because this whole discussion became about AI. And it is true how powerful it is. I have no background in computer science or engineering. However, I've developed a website and an app, a mobile app, with the help of AI, if you just know how to use it, you can use it properly. And you could never, 5 years ago, you could never imagine how to develop an app. I cannot really read a single string of JavaScript or any other language code, but I made a functioning app. I also gave an idea to a friend of mine. He's the backend developer of a web developing company, ProSystem Limited. And I gave him the idea that because he's always so busy, told him, why do you not automate your process with the help of AI? He's like, and he asked me, how would you do that? And what is your idea? What are you talking about? Everything I do is coding. Like, everything he does is coding. So how would he incorporate AI into this? I say, do you know about this certain thing called AI agents? What they do is because AI like ChatGPT, GPT models or LLM models, they do not execute a task for you, they just answer or respond to you or to your prompts. However, AI agents, they're designed because you take an LLM and then you incorporate other blocks or other technologies or tools with it, which creates a functioning tool or agent, which we call AI agent. And he did that. He really did that. He came back to me after 2 weeks and he showed me that this is working. He made a MIS, management information system. And with that, he made an inventory assistant, which if you write a prompt, it will adjust the inventory amounts and everything. Let us say that you do not want to fill up the total form for a new product. You have to fill the SKU, the product reference, the amount of quantity and everything. You want to put everything in one sentence and let the AI generate that, let's say JavaScript instruction manual, whatever. And then he automated it in a way that now he does not have to do the coding. He just puts the code, he just puts the prompt in basic English language, and his AI agent understands that and incorporates into his final product, which is a commercial business. So that is very much, that proved to me how powerful AI is. For me, AI is a hobby. For him, it is his income. It's his life. So beautiful. We had a fascinating and vital discussion today. I am not taking, is there anyone who'd like to add anything else to this entire panel? Anything else, or your parting remarks or closing remarks, after which our chairman will give his closing remarks? Anything before that? If not, then I'll go on to closing remarks from our country chair, A.S.M. Zillur Rahman. Well, I see no hands. Therefore, I'm moving on to A.S.M. Zillur Rahman, the country chair for Bangladesh of WBAF. Please deliver your closing remarks for this brilliant panel and speakers.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, very much high thoughts and the inputs already interacted for different questions, and there are a lot of things we did not air, just we aired today. And by the way, I should say that about Mr. Rajwan Hussain, the former Additional Secretary of Commerce Ministry, he just given me message just earlier of the starting of our program that he's in the hospital. Last year he also was with us, but I don't know what happened with him or his any family members. He's in the hospital. Just he sent me on short message. Anyway, also in the very short notice, we are just now in this program because in fact I was busy with my some other programs in different and also in different other out of Dhaka with my other jobs, other issues. For this way, we could not invite our other dignitaries, other speakers, but who are today, alhamdulillah, we are very much fine and we got very much information and it is very much knowledgeable. Like from Mr. Professor Mamun, we hear about him from the how the AI useful in as per his presentation. We can say in every sector AI is useful, and if we can use this AI, it will be very much. I will say that the business people, especially I am the businessman, they will be very much benefited. Different sectors, But AI also can support in different sectors, as I just informed, from like healthcare, like in garments, like in different, like just now we heard from him. So this is the varieties of uses of AI we heard from Mr. Professor Mamun. Thank you, Mr. Mamun. Also from Mr. Mizanur Rahman, we just heard about he mentioned about the investment support. So investment support, in fact, in different countries, there are different platforms to support the startups or the business peoples. And in our perspective from WBAF, as I just mentioned something earlier, that we have the angel investors, and there have some process to seek these investments, to get this, to achieve these investments. So maybe in future we can discuss about this. As Mr. Rezaul Karim, my very much good friend, he also raised about the global investment to help, and who will be able to support collaborative support. Yes, this also, as I just mentioned, that the main thing, the businessmen, wherever we are, in whatever business we are involved, we're also looking for some better investment. There are a lot of investment also have, but all investments should not be taken, should not be accepted. So anyway, and this one thing, that innovation and one thing you told my Mr. Professor Mamun there. Anyway, I think innovation should be, it is continued process, and for all the businesses, all the sectors, they should have research, one part of the business, research part in his business. Without the research, I think the big business or the governmental any project, it could not be viable. Why is the research more? There would be benefit more. Just one thing I like to mention here. I just remember now, my one Japanese friend, he told me, we Japanese, if you want to build something, we research it for 6 years, just example, and we make it, we build it by 6 months. With the Bangladesh perspective, just you think, we research for 6 months and we build it by 6 years. So research is the more essential. Then you should go to the implementation to your practical life. It should be for our personal, our private life or our public life, public sectors. And one thing, government should be facilitator. This is true. This should be. But unfortunately, I should mention here also, in our country, sometimes government not become the only facilitator, also become they serve the businessman. Government should not do business. The private sectors, they would do the business. They would only facilitate these business people, how they can be benefited, how can they speed the business, how can they raise the business, how can they give the job the peoples. But there are many examples, including my one business sectors, we facing problem because of the government. We observing government is not the facilitator. Government also he involved in the business, which should not be. Anyway, our WBAF, our honorable chairman, Mr. Bebas Altuntas, he always giving time across the world. Today Zambia, tomorrow Cambodia, after Germany, then Moscow. This way, only for this WBAF, this development. And already here I should be mentioned proudly that this is the largest platform and just internet platform in the world. If you go through to the WBAF website, you will get the information. And Alhamdulillah, I am the one part of this from Bangladesh. I am the senator, and we are in touch with them, with these international communities. And in future, from the WBAF, I hope we the Bangladeshi people will be benefited. And this investment, $50 million, 100 million, 10 million, I mean, big investments only for these startups, the entrepreneurs who are coming. They have a lot of projects, but they're not getting the investment to speed their businesses, to increase their businessmen, to develop their business. Anyway, so it is very much, I am very much really honored and very much satisfied to get you all the speakers and for your valuable thoughts, what you input already. And once again, I like to congratulate and thanks Mr. Adnan Rahman, the moderator. Fantastic, you have done your job, and we are looking for our next year. If again I become the country chair in Bangladesh of our WBAF, inshallah, it will be in big scale. Last year we had this very many, we had the participants, but this year, as I just mentioned, that it is in very short notice because of my other engagement. And looking forward to interact you, and whenever anything, just let me know. Let us be in touch. Thank you again. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rahman, Country Chair of WBAF, for your closing remarks. I'm beginning to finish our event today. So thank you, dear speakers, esteemed guests, and presenters. On behalf of WBAF, I extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished speakers and to all of you in our audience for your time and engagement today. Let's carry the momentum from this vital conversation forward and work together to build a brighter, more innovative future for entrepreneurs in Bangladesh. Thank you very, very much, Mr. A.S.M. Rezaul Karim, Mr. Mizanur Rahman, Professor Dr. Mamun, and Country Chair A.S.M. Zillur Rahman. And I'm taking my leave. I was the moderator for today's event, A.S.M. Adnan Rahman. It's been an honor to be a part of this global and beautiful event. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Good.